afternoon, Central Indiana. Welcome to Porch Time Live at Casey's Cause Studio. As I crumple up wrappers.
Right.
Right in everybody's ear.
This is Bible for Dummies.
Oops.
It's been a long time since we've had the full crew in here. Luke brought popcorn for everybody. Healing popcorn.
I eat football won a national championship
Since the last time we've been on, I know.
Created a foundation in his name.
Luke's been not feeling well. Mike's been not feeling well. Corey's feeling okay.
I've been all right.
Beth's been out of the country.
Yes.
And Jason has been working for an HVAC company. So,
Yeah.
literally.
Got my gas meter hooked up finally.
Good.
It's like an AA meeting there. I'm Jason. I got my gas meter hooked up.
Hi, Jason.
My name is.
Hi, Jason.
I am.
Hi, Jason.
Oh, it's a good crew. It's good to have everybody back. Beth, how you doing back from gallivanting across the planet?
That's tough. It's tough coming back to this, I can tell you that.
You flew home at the end of the storm.
Got in late last night. So
Back to this? Or?
I know.
no, the weather, Corey.
That's not how it sounded.
No, Jason.
I know.
Back to
So
this.
bad, didn't I? I was like, man.
Jason, how are things on LOL East?
Good. Everything's going good everywhere. I mean, I got some thermostats at the church that finally are working, so we can turn the heat up and down instead of it just being on.
Tough to do calisthenics while you're giving the God's word right there.
Yeah.
But we got to do it.
And then I need heat in Trafalgar because it's cold. But the water has not froze yet, so or it's not going to freeze. I mean, I'm not even speaking that.
Hopefully they got their furnaces fixed.
Yeah, they did, Chrissy. They did get their furnace. Hello, Chrissy.
Mr.
Fields.
They didn't have
I got 10 more furnaces. If anyone wants to come in and install a furnace, I need 10 people to install one furnace.
They had
Wow.
They went with the old school crock pot over 2 candles.
Oh, really? Tried that?
Luke,
cool.
how you doing, sir?
Doing okay.
You feeling better?
Much better.
It's good to have you in. We missed you the last few weeks. We haven't been on, but we still missed you.
Crazy.
Mr. Ellis, how are you, sir?
On the upswing.
You're always up swinging, though. Whether you're feeling down or up, you're always bringing people up with you, though.
I try.
You do that.
I try.
Corey Becker, I'm liking that hat.
Yeah. What a game.
What a game. What a season.
What a game. What a season.
16-0.
Now they're going to steal him. The NFL's going to steal him and ruin him.
Oh, I hope
No.
not.
He's not going nowhere.
He not? Thought he was.
No.
All right, gentlemen, who would like to open us with prayer? Because Corey drew straws, and he has to read first, though. So.
You really need to change out the straws.
There's something.
Who's the last one that missed?
What? Jason's,
Me?
Jason's pulling rank now.
Okay. All right.
Is it rank or is it
Rank, right? Maybe rank on me.
All right. I'll pray for us, guys. God, we thank you for tonight. Thank you for everyone who's listening. We just ask that this word be a blessing and that we be an example and encouragement to anyone that we encounter. And we ask all this in your son's name. Amen.
Amen. All right, where do we lay off, CB?
Mr. Ellis has such a kind smile.
Aww.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you are warm. We are warm. It's getting a little toasty in here.
I know, we're going to open the door.
That's from Bob.
Yes, we did think that was done quickly.
Oh, right. Yeah, right there.
Mr. Ellis says, such a kind smile. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Audra.
Oh,
I agree with that. He didn't say
You've got all the glory, I really do. But thank you very much.
Corey, do you want to open that door? Let's marry in, or
Yeah, it's hot.
I'd love to right now.
It's hot, a hot fudge Sunday in here.
What do you have it set on?
61?
Lies. Lies. All lies.
No, it's not.
I haven't touched that thermostat. I slept in here a couple nights though over the storm.
Where'd you sleep?
If you go in the match room, there's a blow up mattress.
I'm riding
on
a
the
big
floor.
old
Oh,
air
my
mattress
gosh.
that's in there.
Yeah,
Well, it's too cold. My husband won't be leaving. He'll be staying home till it warms up. Get us work from home.
All right, CB, let's break that seal.
What about?
Wait, it's been a few weeks. Are you
Yeah.
still mad at Judas?
I am very mad at
What's
Jesus.
going on with that?
He finished.
I finished it.
Oh, the
The whole
joke.
episode? All of them?
Because there is no storm. I sat here and watched it.
Start over.
He
I'm
calls
going to.
me. He calls me. He goes, "Oh, I'm so mad at Judas right now. They just made that That just, I'm upset.
Well, and I mean, they Hollywooded it up, I know, and they had him literally walk up there, and it wasn't with the Romans, they had him with the Pharisees' guard.
Yeah.
And I always thought it was the Romans.
No.
So he walks up there,
The Romans gave him back to the
and
Pharisees.
Judas is with him in the back.
Yeah, they didn't want
And he
anything to do
kind
with
of
it.
poked out, and everybody's looking at him, and Z was like, I'm going for it. So Z kind of takes off, and Jesus is like, it's all right, Z. So Z just chills for a little bit, and Judas gets out and walks from behind the whole crowd and walks up and kisses him on the cheek. And I was like,
Hey, don't give it away.
I wish you'd let
Mike
Z.
doesn't know the story.
No,
Mike
Mike don't know the story.
Mike don't know the ending. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you this: so if you were going to capture somebody, and the person you tried to capture, one of his men cut one of your soldiers' ear off, and then you picked it up and put it back on the guy, or the guy picked it up and put it back on. Would you like take them anywhere? Like, would you be like, I'm not touching this situation? I mean, I would be like, I'd backed off right then.
But they didn't show that in this scene.
But I mean, I would have backed off right then. I mean, it's like even going to hunt Jesus down, and you literally watch him put somebody's ear back on.
Yeah,
It's like,
I'm done at this point.
I'm done at this point in time.
Right.
I believe.
100%.
I mean, what the loyalty that they must have had to the legion of the
Romans were
the
just,
Roman,
they were barbaric.
Well, he did convert a couple of the Romans along the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. Even if you had no intention of following this guy, if you watched one of his acts.
Well, and he said, they won't believe even if somebody rises from the dead. And I think that's the thing. Sometimes,
they didn't believe it. They wanted to
sometimes
kill
our
Lazarus
heart,
again.
the heart can be so blind and so cut off to the truth that no matter what our eyes see, it doesn't change anything.
We're still dealing with that today.
100%.
Yeah, because they were like,
Judas I was not
let's
happy
just
with.
go kill Lazarus again and see what.
Yeah. Well, let's go kill him again and then see what he can do. So yeah, that was.
I just thought I'd bring that up because we hadn't had a chance to talk about it.
I was
had a couple weeks
I was ticked off, but now we got to wait like a year and a half.
Hey, we could skip ahead.
Just watch it. Just watch
I know
it
we
again.
can race. We can race the chosen.
We'll be done before it comes out.
It escapes me right now, but when
I don't know about
the
that.
Romans came up to take Jesus, and somebody asked the question, where is, he said, I am he. When he said that, all of the soldiers bowed down, stood up, and then they took him.
Yeah.
And like Jason said, if you see that happen and you get the ear put back on and everything else, and all the Jews are saying, this is the Son of God, and they're all like, so?
But you have to remember, it was meant to be.
Yes, it was.
So
What was
there's nothing that would have stopped
What was the individual? Didn't something happen to the Roman that hit him with the lance? Didn't something
the
happen to
cross?
him? Yeah. Did he start weeping or something?
Which one? The one that walked?
Stabbed him. Didn't he start weeping?
Oh yeah, I think
he started
he
weeping. He said, "Surely this was the
surely this is the son.
Yeah.
This was the Son of God." Yeah.
Because some of his blood, I think, splashed onto him.
Yeah. His sins were covered at that moment.
Wow.
Literally. I mean, probably.
Good show.
Great show. I'm ready to start it again.
Let me know when you do, and I'll bring the popcorn.
Hello, Kelsey. Hello, Corey. Hello, Eric. Hello, Melva. Anytime, Mike. We can sit right here.
Rural King popcorn, even if it's 5 days old.
Even if it's 5 days old, Rural King popcorn that Luke brings us.
Just a little more salt.
That smell good.
Healing remedy.
In that corner.
I'm surprised Michelle hasn't commented she's on here because there's something about that popcorn. That's her favorite. She won't.
Did you just say
the popcorn.
Royal King? You have to donate because you said Royal King. Advertise Royal King.
Right.
Endorse Royal King popcorn.
Nick's got an endorsement deal with Royal King.
Now,
Free
now it's
popcorn.
curing sickness.
Right. Now there'll be a line out the door tomorrow. What's the deal with the popcorn?
Where's my popcorn?
Popcorn. But if I was homeless, that's where I'd be all the time.
Right. Yeah. you're
Popcorn. Walking around looking stuff, eating popcorn.
Yeah. I don't think they don't even say you got to make a purchase to get it. You just walk in there and get your bag of popcorn.
I was eating
Not saying
popcorn.
I've
You're
done
doing
that
good.
before,
kidding. Just walk
Oh, I
around with
have.
popcorn. Go look at the
I would make it obvious.
go look at the chickens and then walk right back out.
Exactly.
You keep it away from
All right, Corey. We're trying to get through Judges, on our way to Ruth, on our way to Hebrews.
Oh my gosh.
We'll get there sometime.
And then they got Shebrew after Hebrew.
Right.
There's Janelle.
Hello, Janelle.
All right, chapter 13. Right? Yeah. Again, the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hands of the Philistines for 40 years. Now there was a certain man from Zorah of the family of the Danites.
Ooh,
Is that the tribe of Dan? Danites?
must be.
Whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren and had no children. And the angel of the Lord, angel capitalized.
Hey, we have a question.
Well,
I'm
let's
sorry.
wait till let's let him finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's okay.
And the angel of the Lord appeared to the woman and said to her, Indeed now you are barren and have borne no children, but you shall conceive and bear a son. Now therefore, please be careful not to drink wine or similar drink, and not to eat anything unclean. For behold, you shall conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come upon his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. So the woman came and told her husband, saying, A man of God came to me, and his countenance, I can't say that word, was like the countenance of the angel of God, very awesome. But I did not ask him where he was from, and he did not tell me his name. And he said to me, Behold, you shall conceive and bear a son. Now drink no wine or similar drink, nor eat anything unclean, for the child shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb to the day of his death. Then Manoah prayed to the Lord and said, O my Lord, please let the man of God whom you sent come to us again and teach us what we shall do for the child who will be born. And God listened to the voice of Manoah, and the angel of God came to the woman again as she was sitting in the field, but Manoah, her husband, was not with her. Then the woman ran in haste and told her husband and said to him, Look, the man who came to me the other day has just now appeared to me. So Manoah arose and followed his wife. When he came to the man, he said to him, Are you the man who spoke to this woman? And he said, I am. Manoah said, Now let your words come to pass. What will be the boy's rule of life and his work? So the angel of the Lord said to Manoah, Of all that I said to the woman, let her be careful. She may not eat anything that comes from the vine, nor may she drink wine or similar drink, nor eat anything unclean. All that I commanded her, let her observe. Then Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, Please let us detain you, and we will prepare a young goat for you. And the angel of the Lord said to Manoah, Though you detain me, I will not eat your food. But if you offer a burnt offering, you must offer it to the Lord. For Manoah did not know he was the angel of the Lord. Then Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, What is your name? That when your words come to pass, we may honor you. And the angel of the Lord said to him, Why do you ask my name, seeing it is wonderful? Seeing it is wonderful. So Manoah took the young goat with the grain offering and offered it upon the rock to the Lord. And he did a wondrous thing while Manoah and his wife looked on. It happened as the flame went up toward heaven from the altar. The angel of the Lord ascended in the flame of the altar. When Manoah and his wife saw this, they fell on their faces to the ground. When the angel of the Lord appeared no more to Manoah and his wife, then Manoah knew that he was the angel of the Lord. And Manoah said to his wife, We shall surely die because we have seen God. But his wife said to him, If the Lord had desired to kill us, he would have accepted a burnt offering and a grain offering. He would not have accepted a burnt offering and a grain offering from our hands, nor would he have shown us all these things, nor would he have told us such things as these at this time. So the woman bore a son and called his name Samson. And the children grew, and the child grew, and the Lord blessed him. And the Spirit of the Lord began to move upon him at
You almost made it out.
Almost. Last stinking sentence. Mahana Dan between Zora and Eshtaol. Oh, boy. Got me at the last sentence. That was good until then.
All right. Yeah.
Audra had a good question. Can I ask, did those of you that saw the Passion of the Christ movie years ago feel it was historically and biblically accurate? Just curious.
Hollywood.
It had some Mel Gibson Hollywood.
Yeah, some Hollywood it up. But yeah, I mean, you could tell the story in any way, and there's only going to be some biblical truth to it. But there's a lot of Hollywood to it. I mean, it's a good visual.
Mm-hmm.
Good visual.
Good visual. Go back to verse 11.
Okay.
We just read. And at the end, and are you the man who spoke to this woman? Notice what he says.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I want to see if everybody else knows
I am.
that.
I am.
Because so many times you actually kept talking about the angel of the Lord. Why do you want to know who I am?
Right.
Okay? It's because I am.
Yeah.
And so many times.
What did yours say? Yours said, "I'm wonderful." Something.
His name is. That was over
later.
in 18, verse
I
18.
said
It
I
was
am.
like,
Yeah.
my name is wonderful. Why do you
yours
want
say?
to know it?
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah. So there's another name of God. Wonderful.
Yeah,
It could have been,
Oh, yeah.
what
Yeah.
do they call it, a foreshadowing of Jesus.
Mine in verse 18.
Could have been a foreshadow of Jesus.
Well, that
So-
was Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my verse 18, it says, "Why do you ask my name, seeing it is wonderful?" But it's down at the bottom,
See, it is wonderful. Question
right?
mark.
Yeah, but it means so wonderful. It has a little A at the top, and so my A means incomprehensible.
This is Isaiah
So-
9 for child.
It's higher. It's higher than we can speak. It's
Okay, so
No
here.
word in our language.
So here in Isaiah 9:6 it says, "For a child will be born to us, a son will be given to us, and the government will rest on his shoulders, and his name will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Prince of Peace."
Yeah, they wouldn't really speak his name at all because it was too high. It was too holy. They couldn't speak his name, couldn't look upon him, be in his presence. It was so you think about that, even in regard to not taking his name in vain. How carelessly do we sometimes speak about God, or mention things about God just haphazardly, when the people closest to that command, they were more afraid even just to mention his name, because they didn't think that their lips were worthy to be able to do so. So it's an interesting dynamic how it sometimes has shifted the way we view it and look at it.
Hi, Peggy.
I like this part in 23, and I know where Kevin's over here and
You're
want
fine.
to get going.
No, you're fine.
In verse 23, it says, "If the Lord has desired to kill us, he would not have accepted our burnt offering and our grain offering from our hands." Remember in the beginning when you've got the two brothers, and Cain and Abel, one gave a burnt offering and one gave a grain offering, but the grain offering was not received.
Right.
I think it was the heart posture that was not received. It wasn't so much the grain offering, because here he received a grain offering. And so looking back at that, that caught my attention right away. Looking back at that, it was a heart posture of the giving, what was received. Because people can give nowadays and give millions, but if it's not heart postured right, it doesn't matter. It's just void. They're just more broke, but so heart posture is a big deal behind that, and that's why they weren't killed, because I just thought that was interesting.
Very interesting.
And you compare that to the book of Acts with Ananias and Sapphira, because the disciples were selling all they had.
Yeah, and then they kept some,
Oh, right.
and then they were like
Yep.
They're done.
They're done.
beat down.
There's Peggy. How's Scott's doing?
Peggy hopes Scott's doing
In the
well.
hospital.
Yeah, he's been going through some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been
Tough
watching her
stuff.
posts.
Yeah.
Any other comments, questions? I could go on about.
What was that last name again in 25, Corey? Go ahead.
Hannah Dan.
Eshtal? I don't know. I have no idea.
It was Dan, wasn't it?
Dan.
Dan.
When
Yeah.
I would
Samson,
have got ethanol out of it.
then Samson went down to Timnah and saw a woman in Timnah, one of the daughters of the Philistines. So he came back and told his father and mother, I saw a woman in Timnah, one of the daughters of the Philistines. Now therefore get her for me as a wife. Well,
Yeah.
let's
Just go get her.
I saw
my
her,
wife.
go get her. I mean, simple as that. Then his father and his mother said to him, Is there no woman among the daughters of your relatives or among your people that you go to take a wife from the uncircumcised Philistines? But Samson said to his father, Get her for me, for she looks good to me. However, his father and mother did not know that it was of the Lord, for he was seeking an occasion against the Philistines. Now at the time the Philistines were ruling over Israel. Then Samson went down to Timnah with his father and mother and came as far as the vineyards of Timnah, and behold, a young lion came roaring toward him. The Spirit of the Lord came upon him mightily, so that he tore him as one tears a young goat, though he had nothing in his hands. But he did not tell his father and mother that he had done. So he went down and talked to the woman. She looked good to Samson. When he returned later to take her, he turned aside to look at the carcass of the lion, and behold, a swarm of bees and honey were in the body of the lion. So he scraped the honey onto his hands, and went on, eating as he went. When he came in with his mother and father, he gave some to them, and they ate it. But he did not tell them that he had scraped the honey out of the body of a lion. Samson wasn't one to play with. Then the father, I lost my spot.
10.
Then his father went down to the woman, and Samson made a feast there, for the young men customarily did this. Then they saw him, they brought their 30 companions to be with him. Then Samson said to them, Let me now propound a riddle to you. For if you will indeed tell it to me within the 7 days of the feast, and find it out, then I will give you 30 linen wraps and 30 changes of clothes. But if you are unable to tell me, then you shall give me 30 linen wraps and 30 changes of clothes. And they said to him, Propound your riddle, then that we may hear it. So he said to them, Out of the eater came something to eat, and out of the strong came something sweet. They could not tell the riddle in 3 days. Then it came to the 4th day that they said to Samson, his wife, Entice your husband so that he will tell us a riddle, or we will burn you and your father's house with fire. Wow.
A quick question, but 4th day or 7th day?
They said 4th day.
Mine says 4th day.
Mine says 7th. but
Seventh with
asterisk.
a note that says fourth. Yeah.
It says different.
Mine says
different
4th.
text.
Yeah.
It's 4th, but
Okay. 'Cause I see the
Some
notation in
ancient
the
versions. Versions.
Kevin's
say
reading Judges 14. You are
Let's get ready to do 16.
verse 16, Audrey.
Have you invited?
Can you solve the riddle?
Yeah. He just did it a couple verses ago. Have you invited us to impoverish us? Is this not so? Samson's wife wept before him and said, You only hate me and you do not love me. You have propounded a riddle to the sons of my people and have not told it to me. And he said to her, Behold, I have not told it to my father or mother, so why should I tell you? However, she wept before him 7 days while their feast lasted. And on the 7th day he told her, because she pressed him so hard. So then she told the riddle to the sons of her people. So the men of the city said to him on the 7th day before the sun went down, What is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion? And he said to them, If you had not plowed with my heifer, you would not have found out my riddle. Then the Spirit of the Lord came upon him mightily, and he went down to Ashkelon and killed 30 of them and took their spoil and gave them the change of clothes to those that told the riddle. And his anger burned, and he went up to his father's house. But Samson's wife was given to his companion, who had been his friend. Wow. That took a turn.
Mm-hmm. So he killed 30 people and took their clothes.
It's like,
And then his wife was given to someone else.
yeah, then they shuffled her off to
Mine
Mexico.
says best man, not friend. Mine says given to his companion who had been his best man.
Peggy says we are still in the hospital hoping to come home tomorrow.
Yep.
And Audra says, I'm sorry. Oh, and Corey already told her.
So back then the best man was second in line?
Yes. I guess. Yeah, I don't want her. You can have her.
And
Is that what it's supposed to be?
Oh yeah, but the best man may
man's
already
supposed to be
be.
second line.
Well, he's already
He
married.
may already be married.
and
Actually, the brother was the second line. If he died,
Well,
then the brother got to have the
it wouldn't
wife.
have been the groom's father too, wouldn't it? I'm wondering if the father had gotten the bride for his son, if the father was in charge, if the son didn't want her, if he was able to do then what he wanted to do. I can't. I remember reading about that. When we look through the law and all the different regulations.
That is
I
kind
can't
of
Where the
remember.
father got the daughter-in-law or the presumed daughter-in-law. Yeah, I think that was something like that.
or have the authority over her, so to speak.
Audra says to the companion who had attended him at the feast.
See, different.
Okay. 15?
Samson don't play.
No, this says Samson burns Philistine crops.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Burn them down.
But after a while, in the time of wheat harvest, Samson visited his wife with a young goat and said, I will go into my wife in her room, but her father will not let me. But her father did not let him. Oh, hold on. I can't read.
Intro.
I know.
Read like me
Jet
now.
lag.
Intro.
Rubbed off.
Jet lag. But her father did not let him enter.
Because she's thinking a whole different lines of how that's read. I will
Yeah.
go into my wife in her room, meaning
Right.
going in, but her father did not let him enter.
It's totally
Like
different.
would let him make love
Yeah.
to his wife, basically. What I mean is that's what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gathering.
Her father said, I really thought that you hated her intensely, so I gave her to your companion.
Oh, this is the same lady then. I thought it was someone else.
Is not her younger sister more beautiful than she? Please let her be yours instead.
What family is it?
I don't know.
Their dad's a pimp, basically.
Judge. Yeah, this sister's dog ugly. You want to tell me about this other one?
Samson then said to them, This time I shall be blameless in regards to the Philistines when I do them harm. Samson went and caught 300 foxes and took torches and turned the foxes tail to tail and put one torch in the middle between two tails.
Wow.
Dude was a savage.
Ruthless.
Then he had set fire to the torches. He released the foxes into the standing grain of the Philistines, thus burning up both the shocks and the standing grain, along with the vineyards and groves. Then the Philistines said, Who did
He let
this?
the foxes go.
Yeah, and they
So they
just
could run
ran
into the
around
field.
and burned them.
Burn tails, running through, catch things on
Burning
fire.
on fire.
They're running on fire.
everywhere.
He wasn't good enough just to go burn the field. He had to go catch 300 foxes first.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sorry,
in the previous chapter, he is loved by God. He was
Thank you, Kelly.
Right.
yeah. So God's given him all this authority, power.
Sorry, Beth. I'll quit.
It's okay.
Quit
No,
interrupting
it's
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. You light a foxtail and let them run through the camp, burn it all down.
Then the Philistines said, Who did this? And they said, Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he took his wife and gave her to his companion. So the Philistines came up and burned her and her father with fire.
Gosh.
Golly. Samson said to them, Since you act like this, I will surely take revenge on you. But after that, hold on.
You act like
Hold on. But after that, I will quit.
Oh, well. After I scorched your entire planet, I'll quit. Wow. It's your fault, is basically what he's saying.
Yeah. He struck them ruthlessly with a great slaughter, and he went down and lived in the cleft of the rock of Edom. Then the Philistines went up and camped in Judah and spread out in Lehi. The men of Judah said, "Why have you come up against us?" And they said, "We have come up to bind Samson in order to do to him as he did to us." Then 3,000 men of Judah went down to the cleft of the rock of Edom and said to Samson, "Do you not know that the Philistines are rulers over us? What then is this that you have done to us?" And he said to them, "As they did to me, so I have done to them." They said to him, "We have come down to bind you, so that we may give you into the hands of the Philistines." And Samson said to them, "Swear to me that you will not kill me." So they said to him, "No, but we will bind you fast and give you into their hands, yet surely we will not kill you." Then they bound him with 2 new ropes and brought him up from the rock. When he came to Lehi, the Philistines shouted as they met him, and the Spirit of the Lord came upon him mightily, so that the ropes that were on his arms were as flax that it burned with fire, and his bonds dropped from his hands. He found a fresh jawbone of a donkey, so he reached out and took it and killed 1,000 men with it.
Donkey bone.
Dang.
Jawbone of donkey.
Then
It's the power of the Lord coming on you. You can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. With the
jaw of
donkey
a
bone.
donkey.
Wow.
I get tired of swinging after about 2, and he's killing thousands.
It had to be like a boomerang type effect.
Then Samson said, "With the jawbone of a donkey, heaps upon heaps, with the jawbone of a donkey, I have killed 1,000 men." When he had finished speaking, he threw the jawbone from his hand, and he named that place Ramath Lehi, which means the high place of the jawbone.
Yeah, mine says jawbone height.
See, he threw it. Did you get it? And there was no men left.
It's like Heather Heights. It's jawbone heights.
That's like Wuthering Heights, no, Jawbone Heights.
Then he became very thirsty, and he called the Lord and said, "You have given this great deliverance by the hand of your servant, and now shall I die of thirst and fall into the hands of the uncircumcised?" But God split the hollow place that is in Lehi, so that water came out of it. When he drank, his strength returned, and he revived. Therefore he named it En Hakor, which is in Lehi to this day. So he judged Israel 20 years in the days of the Philistines.
You know what's interesting about Samson? He's not like a very nice person.
No.
But God is using him. You know, he's using him for his purpose, you know, because he's decided, it's like, I'm moving against the Philistines, you know. I'm gonna handle the Philistines and take care of them. And he's using Samson to do it.
Samson's obliging them.
Yeah.
He just
this goes to show that all things are possible.
with a jawbone.
I mean, just with anything. I mean, all you seen what all that's happening. You know, you light the fox's tail and kept camp on fire, and
Got 300.
No, he like wrapped 2 tails
Yeah.
together and put a torch in the middle. How does that?
300 foxes.
Yeah. So it'd be 150 torches.
I mean, how do they get all the foxes?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that you really think.
I mean, man, I was a kid, man. I trapped and hunted. You barely ever got a fox.
Ever.
He went out and got
Once.
300 of them.
So it had to be like it had to be type of a unless they had fox farms, but
Maybe they were rampant in that area.
you know when the Noah and the ark, I mean the animals had an instinct to come to the ark. They just drew to the ark. Maybe they just drew to him.
Yeah.
Hey, light us up.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Lord gave him the power with a jawbone, I mean, you have the power to track foxes. I mean, I did when I was a
If
teenager.
I have to light one more tail today, I swear.
I did when I was a teenager, track foxes.
But you didn't tie the tails
You know, I
together.
got that.
I got it. It took me a minute. What was
Corey did.
was all after unaliving individuals? Where did they go?
What?
Valid question.
What?
With the individuals that he unalived,
What do you mean? Where did they go?
where did they go?
I would say it looks like he just piled them up in the
Yeah.
middle of the area.
Yeah. If I just left 'em.
Is she
Yeah,
saying that,
heaps
or
of
where did their
heaps.
souls go?
Oh.
That's how I took the question.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Now
I
we're
thought it
talking
was
bodies
like the
or actual
Or souls.
souls.
Probably if they wasn't following the law, to hell, Hades. Yeah, if they wasn't following the law, they would have automatically went to Hades, no matter how they got killed or who killed them or whether God killed them or someone else killed them. The law was like the blood of Christ, so if you didn't
Right.
follow the law, you went to hell. You don't have the blood of Jesus, go to hell.
Did they go to the promised land? Yeah, that's just so. Yeah.
Huh?
No.
No.
She said, did they go to the promised land?
Yeah. Went to Hades.
Heaven or hell?
No, they went to the back then there was a bosom of Abraham and there was a Hades, and there was a gulf fixed between the bosom of Abraham and Hades. So neither one could go. Then when Jesus died, he went down for 3 days, and when he rose, the ones that were in the bosom of Abraham rose or came to the earth. That's why they were walking around on the planet. Everybody was seeing relatives back on the earth again until Jesus ascended. Then they all ascended with him. In that order. I mean, yeah.
Very interesting.
16.
Corey, back around to you.
You drew straws, remember?
Samson's weakness.
Yes.
Women.
I was going to say, we can figure that one out real quick, I think.
Now Samson went to Gaza and saw a harlot there, and went into her. When the Gazites were told, Samson has come here, they surrounded the place and lay in wait for him all night at the gate of the city. They were quiet all night, saying, in the morning, when it is daylight, we will kill him. And Samson lay low till midnight. Then he arose at midnight, took hold of the doors of the gate of the city and the 2 gateposts, pulled them up, bar and all, put them on his shoulders, and carried them to the top of the hill that faces Hebron. Afterward it happened that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came up to her and said to her, entice him and find out where his great strength lies, and by what means we may overpower him, that we will bind him to afflict him, and every one of us will give you 1,100 pieces of silver.
Whoa.
So Delilah said to Samson, please tell me where your great strength lies, and with what you may be bound to afflict you. I mean, she just didn't.
See, he really loved her. He really loved her. And
She went right to him and said, what's your weakness?
Through the juggler wickedness.
Women, I'll tell you.
And Samson said to her, if they bind me with 7 fresh bowstrings, not yet dried, then I shall
He's
become
making
weak.
this stuff up now.
Right.
Yep.
But hold on. But he really didn't know. He just knew the power of the Lord would come on like he did before.
So he just...
I think he's making this stuff up, knowing that God will come on.
God's
I mean,
gonna
I don't
come
know.
on.
What do you guys think? I mean, what makes him think he can? He's because his strength comes from God.
Yeah. I
To
know.
break through this.
And
the cords.
he knew, I'm assuming, just from what his parents probably told him, don't shave your head, don't cut your hair.
But that was the Nazarite.
Yeah, but I don't know that he knew that was the source of his strength. He just knew he wasn't supposed to cut his hair.
What was it? He drank water and replenished himself.
Yeah.
So I don't think he knew.
But, it's interesting, I think, because she'll trick, try to find it out more than once. I would think after the first time, you'd be like, you're trying to kill me.
I go get that job again and start swinging.
start
Love
leaving.
blinds.
Yes, your heart can blind you to everything.
Apparently.
He's fixing to open up a can.
Okay, I'll read that again. I'll start 7 again.
Thank you, Corey. Thank you.
And Samson said to her, if they bind me with 7 fresh bowstrings, not yet dried, then I shall become weak and be like any other man. I think he is making it up, because that's just kind of odd.
He's just throwing
7
it out there.
bowstrings.
Like, 7 not dried.
Not dried. So the lords of the Philistines brought up to her 7 fresh bowstrings, not yet dried, and she bound him with them. Now men were lying in wait, staying with her in the room, and she said to him, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." But he broke the bowstrings as a strand of yarn breaks when it touches fire. So the secret of his strength was not known. Then Delilah said to Samson, "Look, you have mocked me and told me lies. Now please tell me what you may be bound with." So he said to her, "If they bind me securely with new ropes that have never been used, then I shall become weak and
But
be
they
like
already did
any
that
other
before.
man."
Remember, there was two
yeah.
ropes that had been used.
And he knew that wouldn't work.
And,
Yeah.
So he already busted through those.
He's lying to him.
Therefore Delilah took new ropes and bound him with them, and she said to him, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." And men were lying in wait, staying in the room, but he broke them off his arms like a thread. Delilah said to Samson, "Until now you have mocked me and told me lies. Tell me what you may be bound with." And he said to her, "If you weave the 7 locks of my head into the web of the loom." Wait, that ended weird, didn't it? So she wove it tightly with the
Into a web is what it ended, just into
the
a web.
web of the loom. So she wove it tightly with the batten of the loom and said to him, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." But he awoke from his sleep and pulled out the Is it batten? Is that how you say that word?
Mine says pin.
Pin?
Pin, yeah.
I wish
Pin
it
of the
said
loom.
pin.
I
Can I mark
agree,
it out
Oliver.
and put pin
Yeah,
in?
pin. Put straight pin.
And the web from the loom. Then she said to him, How can you say I love you when your heart is not with me? Wow.
You deceive her.
You have mocked me these 3 times and have not told me where your great strength lies. And it came to pass when she pestered him daily with her words and pressed him, so that his soul was vexed to death.
He was on his last nerve.
Mine says he's annoyed to death.
This is crazy. This many times that he's allowed this to happen.
He just
it's
keeps rolling with it.
He's got to know.
Clearly, every time he
He's
wakes
gotta
up,
know
he
it's
finds
fine,
this guy in the room.
The Philistines are,
Oh wow!
so that soul was.
They're hiding in the room. How'd you not know that? They're in the same room he's in. Like they're hiding in the room. Like how big a room is it? And what kind of stuff you got to hide behind? Like
But,
Philippine soldiers are to hide behind.
What's going to
Mine
be
says they're in the inner room, so I don't know if
So they're in
Yeah.
another room.
so it's going to be interesting. He does get to the point where he's wore down and wore down and wore down, and he just gives in. And if we hang around temptation, it's going to happen. It's like you look at like Proverbs. It says, "Can a person hold fire to his, pants and not get burned?" It will happen. It's better to do like Joseph did and just run.
I think he was
Run
smart.
the other way.
Audra says Delilah was just trifling, and then he's.
I think he was smart. He was playing with him.
He was smart, but he wasn't wise.
Or maybe,
That's
He
right.
was not
He had the
wise.
wisdom.
He was love blinded.
Yeah, the knowledge. It's like
Well, Pharaoh's heart was hardened to a point that he couldn't see. I mean, he gets all these plagues coming. Like, all right, let him go. No, keep him. He's back and forth. It's that kind of a thing. He's hardened. I'm not hardened, but maybe I don't know. I don't know why he would continue to. Because really, he's almost testing God in a sense, because he knows his strength comes from there, from the Nazarite vow, and yet he's still allowing them to do. Yeah, it's interesting.
So she annoyed him daily. Is that what you said? Annoyed him to death?
So his soul was annoyed to death.
Mine says to death.
Okay. Verse 17, that he told her all his heart and said to her, "No razor has ever come upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite to God from my mother's womb. If I am shaven, then my strength will leave me."
But why would she believe him now?
Right.
He lied to her how many times now? 4? This is the 5th time.
It just says she showed him. She knew he had shared his whole heart. So how does she know?
Verse 3.
So if I am shaven, then my strength will leave me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. When Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, Come up once more, for he has told me all his heart. So the lords of the Philistines came up to her and brought the money in their hand. And she lulled him to sleep on her knees and called for a man and had him shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to torment him, and his strength left him. And she said, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." So he awoke from his sleep and said, "I will go out as before at other times and shake myself free." But he did not know that the Lord had departed from him. Then the Philistines took him and put out his eyes, brought him down to Gaza. They bound him with bronze fetters, and he became a grinder in the prison.
What is a grinder in the prison? Do we know?
Probably work to the bone.
Sure, okay.
Work to the bone.
That's what I was guessing.
However, the hair of his head began to grow again after it had been shaven. Now the lords of the Philistines gathered together to offer a great sacrifice to Dagon, their god, and to rejoice. And they said, "Our God has delivered into our hands Samson, our enemy." When the people saw him, they praised their God, for they said, "Our God has delivered into our hands our enemy, the destroyer of our land and the one who multiplied our dead." So it happened when their hearts were merry that they said, "Call for Samson, that he may perform for us." So they called for Samson from the prison, and he performed for them, and they stationed him between the pillars. And Samson said to the lad who held him by the hand, "Let me feel the pillars which support the temple, so that I can lean on them." Now the temple was full of men and women. All the lords of the Philistines were there, about 3,000 men and women on the roof watching while Samson performed. Then Samson called to the Lord, saying, "O Lord God, remember me, I pray. Strengthen me, I pray, just this once, O God, that I may with one blow take vengeance on the Philistines for my 2 eyes." And Samson took hold of the 2 middle pillars which supported the temple, and he braced himself against them, one on his right and the other on his left. Then Samson said, "Let me die with the Philistines." And he pushed with all his might, and the temple fell on the lords and all the people who were in it. So the dead that he killed at his death were more than he had killed in his life. And his brothers and all his father's households came down and took him, brought him up, and buried him between Zorah and Eshtaol. There's that word again. Eshtaol. Ethanol, is that what you said? In the tomb of his father Manoah, he had judged Israel 20 years.
Wow.
So in the beginning of this, he's sleeping with a harlot. Like literally in the beginning of it. So he's sleeping with a hooker, and then at the end of it, God gives him his strength back to knock those 2 pillars down and destroy all those people.
He did more with his death than he did with his whole life.
That was a violent time right there.
But it just goes to show God is a redeeming God. He's a forgiving God. He's a gracious God. Shelley asked me what my secret was. I told her, so.
You woke up, you were shaved. Your head was shaved.
I'm still weak, though.
Right. Now there was a man of the hill country of Ephraim whose name was Micah.
Lieutenant Governor.
Right. He said to his mother, "The 1,100 pieces of silver which were taken from you, about which you uttered a curse in my hearing, behold, the silver is with me, I took it." And his mother said, "Blessed be my son by the Lord." He then returned the 1,100 pieces of silver to his mother, and his mother said, "I wholly dedicate the silver from my hand to the Lord for my son to make a graven image and a molten image. Now therefore I will return them to you." So when he returned the silver to his mother took 200 pieces of silver and gave them to the silversmith, who made them to a graven image and a molten image, and they were in the house of Micah. And the man Micah had a shrine, and he made an ephod and the household idols and the consecrated one of his sons, that he might become his priest. In those days there were no king in Israel. Every man did what was right in his own eyes. Now there was a young man from Bethlehem in Judah, of a family of Judah, who was a Levite, and he was staying there. The man departed from the city from Bethlehem in Judah to stay wherever he might find a place. And as he made his journey, he came to the hill country of Ephraim, to the house of Micah. Micah said to him, "Where do you come from?" And he said to him, "I'm a Levite from Bethlehem in Judah, and I'm going to stay wherever I may find a place." Micah then said to him, "Dwell with me and be a father and a priest to me, and I will give you 10 pieces of silver a year, a suit of clothes, and your maintenance." So the Levite went in. The Levite agreed to live with the man, and the young man became to him like one of his sons. So Micah consecrated the Levite, and the young man became his priest and lived in the house of Micah. Then Micah said, "Now I know that the Lord will prosper me, seeing I have a Levite as a priest."
His attitude is horrible.
But,
How big were the pieces of silver back then?
I don't know.
like $50.
I mean, weight-wise.
The shekel, I don't remember what a shekel came up to.
Well, the pieces, so yeah. The prices are coming up now. Without getting into the prices.
Yeah. It was 1,100 shekels.
Oh, yours says shekels, instead of piece of silver. Well, it says piece of silver, but about $140,000 wouldn't it be right now? But that's today's money.
Yeah.
If it's an ounce per shekel, I don't know how much a shekel weighs.
10 a year, is that what he was paying?
11
Yeah.
to 12 grams, which is approximately 0.35 to 0.4 troy ounces.
28 pounds, my order says.
How many pounds?
Audra says 28.
What
That'd
do
be
you-
a lot of weight to carry.
28 pounds? Were you in
28 pounds
were you
of
in the
silver.
Message
would have been
Bible?
about right.
Are you in the Message Bible?
For how many
For
shekels?
the 1,100 shekels.
1,100 shekels, man.
I would think 1,100, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was probably about 28 pounds.
It got cold in here all of a sudden.
It did.
I feel great.
I'm a
Did you open the
blanket.
window or something?
It was good.
Somebody did.
Somebody opened the back door.
I did not
Did you open the back door? I was going to say, we
haven't
don't know what's
left.
going to come in.
I haven't left here.
You haven't. Mike did.
Mike did. What'd you do, Mike?
No, I did not.
All right, ready for 18? Or are we still looking at something?
I really like it.
I'm wondering where she get the 28 pounds from.
She says my Bible says.
Oh,
What Bible are you reading from?
I googled it. 1,100 shekels of silver is 27.6
1,100
to 28 pounds.
There you
silver
go.
pieces.
there you go. Audra has it.
He's hauling around 28 pounds of silver.
Snap, that's
Hey.
a lot of
Yeah,
silver.
base that on what today's price is currently.
It says in ancient times, this quantity was a significant sum of money, equivalent to a large fortune.
Well, yeah, in that day, I mean, $100 would be like
It's famously
$10,000
mentioned-
to us.
Famously mentioned in the story of Micah and Delilah.
Okay.
It
18?
has a translator thing written in it, Bethany, or Audrey said.
Yeah.
All right. Chapter 18. Danites seek territory. In those days, there was no king of Israel, and in those days, the tribe of the Danites was
Dan.
seek. What?
Dan.
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 Bad Dan.
Dan.
I want to see a movie called Dan.
The tribe of Dan.
Book of Dan.
Was seeking an inheritance for themselves to live in. For until that day, an inheritance had not been allotted to them as a possession among the tribes of Israel. So the sons of Dan sent from their family 5 men out of their whole number, valiant men from Zorah and Eshtal, to spy out the land and to search it. And they said to them, "Go, search the land." And they came to the hill country of Ephraim, to the house of Micah, and lodged there. When they were near the house of Micah, they recognized the voice of the young man, the Levite. And they turned aside there and said to him, "Who brought you here? And what are you doing in this place? And what do you have there? Or what do you have here?" And he said to them, "Thus and so has Micah done to me, and he has hired me, and I have become his priest." They said to him, "Inquire of God, please, that we may know whether our way on which This doesn't make any sense. Inquire of God, please, that we may know whether our way on which we are going will be
Probably the
prosperous.
attitude you're reading it with.
Maybe.
Who brought you here?
Yeah. The priest said to them, "Go in peace. Your way in which you are going has the Lord's approval." Then the 5 men departed and came to Laish, and saw the people who were in it living in security, after the manner of the Sidonians, quiet and secure, for there was no ruler humiliating them for anything in the land. And they were far from the Sidonians, and had no dealings with anyone. When they came back to their brothers at Zorah and Eshtaol, their brothers said to them, "What do you report?" They said, "Arise, and let us go up against them, for we have seen the land, and behold, it is very good. And will you sit still? Do not delay to enter to possess the land. When you enter, you will come to a secure people with a spacious land, for God has given it into your hand, a place where there is no lack of anything that is on the earth." Then from the family of the Danites, from Zorah and from Eshtaol, 600 men armed with weapons of war set out. They went up and camped at Kiriath-Jearim in Judah. Therefore, they called that place Dan to this day. What did you say it was called? Mahana Dan to this day. Behold, it is west of Kiriath-Jearim. They passed from there to the hill country of Ephraim and came to the house of Micah. Then the 5 men who went to spy out the country of Laish said to their kinsmen, "Do you know that there are in these houses an ephod?" Is that it? No. Ephod. Sorry, I knew that was wrong. And household idols, and a graven image, and a molten image. Now therefore consider what you should do. They turned aside there and came to the house of the young man, the Levite, to the house of Micah, and asked him of his welfare. The 600 men armed with their weapons of war, who were of the sons of Dan, stood by the entrance of the gate. Now the 5 men who went to spy out the land went up and entered there, and took the graven image, and the ephod, and household idols, and the molten image, while the priests stood by the entrance of the gate with 600 men armed with weapons of war. When these went into Micah's house and took the graven image, the ephod, and the household idols, and the molten image, the priest said to them, "What are you doing?" They said to him, "Be silent, put your hand over your mouth, and come with us, and be to us a father and a priest. It is better for you to be a priest to the house of one man." Is it better for you to be a priest to the house of one man, or to be priest to a tribe and a family in Israel? The priest's heart was glad, and he took the ephod and the household idols and the graven image and went among the people. Then they turned and departed, and put the little ones and the livestock and the valuables in front of them. When they had gone some distance from the house of Micah, the men who were in the houses near Micah's house assembled and overtook the sons of Dan. They cried to the sons of Dan, who turned around and said to Micah, "What is the matter with you, that you have assembled together?" He said, "You have taken away my gods which I made, and the priest, and have gone away. And what do I have besides? So how can you say to me, what is the matter with you?" The sons of Dan said to him, "Do not let your voice be heard among us, or else fierce men will fall upon you, and you will lose your life with the lives of your household." So the sons of Dan went on their way. And when Micah saw that they were too strong for him, he turned and went back to his house. Then they took what Micah had made, and the priest who had belonged to him, and came to Laish, to a people quiet and secure, and struck them with the edge of the sword, and they burned the city with fire. And there was no one to deliver them, because it was far from Sidon, and they had no dealings with anyone, and it was in the valley, which is near Beth Rehob. And they rebuilt the city and lived in it. They called the name of the city Dan, after the name of Dan, their father, who was born in Israel. However, the name of the city formerly was Laish. The sons of Dan set up for themselves the graven image, and Jonathan, the son of Gershom, the son of Manasseh, He and his sons were priests to the tribe of the Danites until the day of the captivity of the land. So they set up for themselves Micah's graven image, which he had made all the time that the house of God was at Shiloh.
So now you know Dan, the story of Dan, why Dan was so valuable back when we read all the names and all the names that you couldn't read and everybody laughed about
Family went on a
Dan.
warpath.
You're like, we
Just
got
lets you
left
know why
out.
Dan was in there.
Yeah, the Danites felt left out. So,
The city of Danville and all that was created.
I mean, technically, yes.
I graduated from Danville.
You what?
He
Dan
graduated from Danville.
You did?
I had to ask Mike what an ephod was. I couldn't remember. Remember, you called me. It was like the one guy had the thing on
The
his
jewels.
chest. 12
Yeah.
jewels. That's what an ephod is.
Yeah.
But what's a molten image?
It's like like what they made, like they just
A casket of God.
they just formed an image like a calf god or like a
Right, but why are they want
melted
that?
down,
Why are they setting
melted
it up?
down.
They want something they can physically look at.
Yeah, look at like some people idol gold, silver,
Right,
money.
but aren't they supposed to not want that stuff?
No,
They're not supposed to not want that stuff?
well, not
haven't looked
as
at
an
I thought
idol.
they were idols.
No, they don't want
If
to have.
you're out and
should-
about, come on over here.
It
Kate.
says
want-
what's
you
a household idols?
Yeah, they
Household
shouldn't
idols?
have household idols.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You
So
are
why are they
correct.
setting them up?
You're correct.
Why are they taking them and?
I don't know. Where are they, Mike?
Why are they taking them?
House of Dan.
Why are they? Why did they take them and then set them up in their new village
They
that
thought
they?
was going to be their idols,
Like a mockery?
to bless them, and it's a mockery to Micah's, who had originally.
Yeah, so
made
maybe
those.
it was more of a
So they
mockery.
weren't honoring these gods.
No, more of a
Oh.
mockery to set them up. We've captured like
Look what we
trophies of.
It's like in another instance to where they captured.
Have a look at your phone.
It was a.
And
They what?
They captured the Ark of the Covenant, and the
Yeah.
Philistines had it.
Okay.
And they had a god called Dragon, I believe it was. And the next morning they would come in, and the Ark of the Covenant was still standing, but the god of Dragon was on the ground. So they put it back up where it belonged and everything like that. Next morning they come back in, and the Ark of the Covenant's there, but Dragon is not only on the ground, but it's beheaded. So you don't want, it's like it says in Galatians, God is not mocked in any way, shape, or form. And that's basically what they were doing is mocking Micah for having made all these things, and they just wanted to, this is our trophies. That's my
Okay.
take.
So it wasn't a graven image of God or anything like that, or his
They weren't
idol.
worshiping them. No, it wasn't.
Okay.
They were worshiping them.
Micah was.
Micah,
Yeah, Micah was, but they were using them as because they took something from him that was valuable to him that he worshipped.
Then they went on a killing spree.
Did you see what Caleb wanted?
Yeah, he asked why we're all bundled up. Do we need help?
Help, Caleb!
And I said,
help.
I texted him the truth. I said, we rent this studio, and the front end is all windows.
Yeah.
And so in the summertime it's hot, and in the wintertime it's cold.
what glass does not insulate.
But
I feel fine right now.
I'm not bad. Don't get me wrong.
How many layers do you have on?
Just
Oh,
this and
I have 3
the
layers.
best.
so at least you don't have shorts on.
I'm burning up right now.
I mean, I don't know if that heater's large enough to maintain this building, this side of the building.
I don't know.
It runs nonstop.
Yeah, I've got.
When I was in here staying,
Anything coming out of that?
You guys have hats
Absolutely.
on. Everybody's
Layers
got
on.
vests
Got
on.
one there and one there.
I don't think those are even hooked up, if you want to know the truth.
Caleb knows how to pick
I've
up.
never felt. You feel air coming out of them?
I'm hooked up, bro.
I think I did that one time when I climbed up there
I feel something.
What do you mean when you climbed up there?
on the ladder.
You climbed up there?
What were you doing up there?
I don't.
What did you see?
Seeing?
Jason,
Curious.
anything?
I was curious.
Treasure up there.
No. And if we're only getting a whisper and we're only 30 feet from the heater, yeah. Pick me up, Jason.
Send them back.
Yeah, there's
Israel.
I don't think
You can
they're
make a
hooked up.
pyramid.
Right. Yeah, I'll be.
I'm on top.
Me and Corey will be right on the bottom.
The hemorrhoids,
Yeah.
they were.
What?
But they were golden memories. I knew I'd get somebody.
Yeah, they're sitting back as
Yeah,
kind of a
sitting
peace
back.
offering. We don't want this.
We don't
Yeah.
want this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Hey.
This was our plague, and
This is our
My
place.
Samson better grow out.
You need to put that hat back on.
I know it. I've had that hat on all day.
that'll be an
I'm not
interesting
cutting it. I'm
chapter.
letting it grow out
Yeah.
forever.
That's good.
Never again.
That's good, man.
Just wear a hat from now on. All right.
I'll hook you up like a tow truck.
Wow.
Okay,
Caleb's dead.
Caleb saved us in the last
Don't be
place.
like-
Get hold of Bethany.
We only have 3
And then
chapters
she
left.
can figure out
Really?
between you and
What?
3 chapters left.
Sandy and everybody.
Well, getting ready to say, are we
Caleb
done?
messaged
But
Bethany.
should we finish it?
Yeah.
Let's roll. What are we on, 19?
3 more chapters, so we each get one more chapter, and
Or
then
did we just do 19?
Judges
No,
is
we're on
done.
19.
You're on 19.
19, 20,
I'm 21.
21.
Then we're on to
Ruth. Babe Ruth.
The great
The
Bambi.
great
yeah,
Bambino.
Bambi.
The great Bambi. What? You guys
Bambino.
have seen Sandlot? All right, CB.
Yep. And it came to pass in those days, when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite staying in the remote mountains of Ephraim. He took for himself a concubine from Bethlehem in Judah. But his concubine played the harlot against him and went away from him to her father's house at Bethlehem in Judah, and was there 4 whole months.
They could have had a Jerry Springer version of the biblical days on some of these stories. I mean, it's just as rampant now as it
We
was
are.
back then.
Why is it so dark?
I don't think it's dark.
On the camera.
Well, you and
It's my outfit.
you and Jason, it's that wall behind you. You guys look like you're so far. You're set.
You
We've done
can
this
only
last
see.
week. You guys are sitting down the hallway
See this
somewhere.
much of you
what I
because
said.
your black
You
hat
didn't
and
hear
your
last
beard.
week, did she? Or 2 weeks ago.
No, yeah, it was.
I
the
thought,
week she
here
missed.
we go, look. I
Yeah.
like he's in an ISIS video back there. That's what it looked like.
We got to get something on that wall back here.
Yes.
Oh, we need to paint the ceiling white or something. We need more.
No.
No, because look at my camera.
Those
and
guys
Luke's
are over in
camera.
Florida
We're
over there.
We're in the sunshine over here. You
How's
guys are
this?
in the.
Better.
You gotta sit closer. To wait and see.
That's
Oh, we
hilarious.
can't wait.
It's still not. It's not up there yet.
mean-
Oh, you just moved.
I mean, Kevin is.
Yeah,
too.
you can
He's
see your
got
face
the
now.
gray background.
There we go.
God. Oh,
It does look better. Maybe we should move our camera closer.
So watch this though.
We just have to make sure we gotta stay closer.
You know, they both are very changed.
You guys are. I say we're not going to get through these 3 chapters.
no.
Yes, we are.
No.
Okay, Corey, chapter 19.
Where was I? 30, verse 3?
Mm-hmm.
Then her husband arose and went after her to speak kindly to her and bring her back, having his servant and a couple of donkeys with him. So she brought him into her father's house, and when the father of the young woman saw him, he was glad to meet him. Now his father-in-law, the young woman's father, detained him, and he stayed with him 3 days. So they ate and drank and lodged there. Then it came to pass on the 4th day that they arose early in the morning, and he stood to depart. But the young woman's father said to his son-in-law, "Refresh your heart with a morsel of bread, and afterward go your way." So they sat down, and the 2 of them ate and drank together. Then the young woman's father said to the man, "Please be content to stay all night, and let your heart be merry." And when the man stood to depart, his father-in-law urged him, so he lodged there again. Then he arose early in the morning on the 5th day to depart. But the young woman's father said, "Please refresh your heart." So they delayed until afternoon, and both of them ate. And when the man stood to depart, he and his concubine and his servant and his father-in-law, the young woman's father, said to him, "Look, the day is now drawing toward evening. Please spend the night. See, the day is coming to an end. Lodge here, that your heart may be merry. Tomorrow go your way early, so that you may get home." However, the man was not willing to spend that night. So he rose and departed and came to opposite
Give us.
Jebus,
Sounds good to me.
That is Jerusalem. That's what it says in parentheses. With him were the 2 saddled donkeys. His concubine was also with him. They were near Jebus, and the day was far spent. And the servant said to his master, "Come, please, and let us turn aside into the city of the Jebusites and lodge in it." But his master said to him, "We will not turn aside here into a city of foreigners who are not of the children of Israel. We will go on to Gibeah." So he said to his servant, "Come, let us draw near to one of these places and spend the night in Gibeah or in Ramah." And they passed by and went their way, and the sun went down on them near Gibeah, which belongs to Benjamin. Benjamin. I should have said Benjamin. They turned aside there to go in to lodge in Gibeah. And when he went in, he sat down in the open square of the city, for no one would take them into his house to spend the night. Just then an old man came in from his work in the field at evening, who also was from the mountains of Ephraim. He was staying in Gibeah, whereas the men of the place were Benjamites. And when he raised his eyes, he saw the traveler in the open square of the city, and the old man said, "Where are you going, and where do you come from?" So he said to him, "We are passing from Bethlehem in Judah toward the remote mountains of Ephraim. I am from there. I went to Bethlehem in Judah. Now I am going to the house of the Lord. But there is no one who will take me into his house. Although we have both straw and
Fodder?
Food
For our donkeys, and bread and wine for myself, for your female servant, and for the young man who is with your servant, there is no lack of anything." And the old man said, "Peace be with you. However, let all your needs be my responsibility. Only do not spend the night in the open square." So he brought him into his house and gave fodder to the donkeys, and they washed their feet and ate and drank. As they were enjoying themselves, suddenly certain men of the city, perverted men, whatever sons of something, I can't read it, it's small print. I had a little asterisk there.
Take a look and see.
Perverted men.
Mine says certain worthless fellows.
So certain men of the city, perverted men, surrounded the house and beat on the door. They spoke to the master of the house, the old man, saying, "Bring out the man who came to your house, that we may know him carnally."
Yeah.
Just like what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, like Sodom and Gomorrah. Let them come out so we can have our way with them.
Mine says relations with him.
Oh.
Sorry, Corey.
The man,
in those days now.
the master of the house, went out to them and said to them, "No, my brethren, I beg you, do not act so wickedly. Seeing this man has come into my house, do not commit this outrage."
Or act of folly.
What are they in?
I don't like the next paragraph.
It's almost the same
I know, this
as
is
what happened in
horrible.
Sodom and Gomorrah, because Lot came out and told the people at the door,
Yeah.
"Hey, do what you want to with them, but don't touch these men." These are the angel of the Lord, and
He sent us.
he blinded them. And that's when Sodom and Gomorrah just,
But he offered his daughter up.
Yeah.
offered his daughter.
She's a virgin, have her. Like, we don't want her. We want her to go.
Audra says hers says sex straight up. This is San Francisco or
Well,
Vegas?
yeah. Kids are watching. No.
But see, this is, parallel
PG version. We're
to
reading.
what we're coming to.
Very similar to it.
Yeah.
"Look, here is my virgin daughter and the man's concubine. Let me bring them out now. Humble them and do with them as you please. But to this man do not touch such a vile thing."
Yeah, ours
Don't
is
say it. Don't even say it.
What?
ravish. You may ravish them, do them whatever you wish, but do not commit such an act of folly against
Mine
this
says
man.
humble them. I mean, what?
Well, wait till it gets
That
to the
sounds like
next
something
verse.
nice.
Humbles, yeah. Not
Yours says ravish.
Yes.
ravish.
Where do you get to the next
Oh boy. Go ahead, Corey. I'm glad you got
This
this.
is horrible what happened.
The men would not heed him, so the man took his concubine and brought her out to them, and they knew her and abused her all night until morning. And when the day began to break, they let her go.
Mine says raped.
Yeah.
Same.
Then the woman came as the day was dawning and fell down at the door of the man's house where her master was till it was light. When her master arose in the morning and opened the doors of the house and went out to go his way, there
So
was
he was sleeping this whole time and didn't know this was happening?
Yes.
Okay.
He's
Sorry,
probably
Corey.
Went out to go
intoxicated.
his way, there was his
Passed out.
concubine following at the door of the house with her hands on the threshold. And he said to her, "Get up and let us be going." Like, hey, hey, the night's over, let's get up and go.
I slept well last night.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Wow.
goodness.
See, look at the correlation between then and now.
Yeah,
We're living in times right now
the Bible says that.
of where
Yeah.
this goes on.
Audrey said she will.
Yeah.
People will see it
says.
happening and turn their head.
Yeah. That's very true. That's very
It's
true.
heartbreaking. Just sitting here reading this is heart-wrenching.
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
it is, because it's we're in those times. All of this.
So he
Well, you start with 27.
Goodness.
Corey, we start at 27 again.
Oh my goodness,
27.
it gets worse.
when her master arose in the morning and quit reading ahead.
Sorry.
Just wait till chapter 20.
Throw that out.
Oh.
When her master arose in the morning and opened the doors of the house and went out to go his way, there was his concubine fallen at the door of the house with her hands on the threshold. And he said to her, "Get up and let us be going." But there was no answer. So the man lifted her onto the donkey, and the man got up and went to his place. When he entered his house, he took a knife, laid hold of his concubine, and divided her into 12. Oh my.
What?
Divided her into 12 pieces, limb by limb, and sent her throughout all the territory of Israel. And so it was that all who saw it said, "No such deed has been done or seen from the day that the children of Israel came up from the land of Egypt until this day. Consider it, confer and speak up. Confer and speak up."
So what the heck?
To
Why did?
confer is like us gathering together to confer on something, to talk about something. That's what confer means.
So why do you do
mine
that?
says take counsel.
So do they agree to it?
They're trying to figure out how this happened.
Yeah.
Who is? What are you talking about?
When you go
The people of Israel.
the people of Israel, when they came
I know,
back, and
why
they
did he
saw
do
what
that?
happened.
Well, she was dead, and
She was dead.
yeah,
She was
and he
dead.
took
So
her
he just-
home.
Oh, so there was
Oh,
no
She was dead
answer.
at his doorstep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why
She
didn't
was
they
dead.
just,
So
why
he
didn't they
just-
just say that? So
God.
there was no answer.
Yeah.
Throws her,
Put
Well,
her on the donkey. Took her
takes her
home.
home, gets out, dices her up.
yeah.
Okay.
And sends a message to the rest of the tribes
Yeah.
that this has happened.
And that's why it says no such deed has been done or seen from the day of the children of Israel came up from the land of Egypt until this day. It's never been seen before. Never been heard of before.
Well, what's the significance in the
This-
12 pieces?
The
Luke.
12
The
tribes.
tribes.
Okay, so
One for
representing
each.
tribe.
So he sent one piece of
That's
her
what I
body
thought.
to
That's
each
what I thought it
tribe.
was. But
Yeah.
And basically what he's trying to do is make a point is look where the depravity of sin has brought you to.
Yeah, Audrey says, think about it, consider it, tell us what to do.
I'm reading the older version, so I mean the
New King James.
New King James. So consider it, confer, and speak up. So yeah.
Then, number 20.
His turn.
Resolve to punish the guilty. Then all the sons of Israel from Dan to Beersheba, including the land of Gilead, came out, and the congregation assembled as one man to the Lord of Mizpah. The chiefs of all the people, even all the tribes of Israel, took their stand in the assembly of people of God, 400,000 foot soldiers who drew the sword. Now the sons of Benjamin heard the sons of Israel had gone up to Mizpah, and the sons of Israel said, "Tell us, how did this wickedness take place?" So the Levite, the husband of the woman who was murdered, answered and said, "I came with my concubine to spend the night at Gibeah, which belongs to Benjamin. But the man of Gibeah rose up against me and surrounded the house at night because of me. They intended to kill me. Instead, they ravished my concubine so that she died." But he offered her up.
The person
old
he was
man
stating.
did.
Okay, okay.
Like
house,
Luke
yeah.
said that this guy, he was probably drunk
Okay.
and passed out asleep. Didn't know any of this was happening.
Yeah, because he makes a point saying, I brought plenty of wine, you know.
Yeah. And it took hold of my concubine and cut her into pieces and sent her throughout the land of Israel's inheritance, for they have committed a lewd and disgraceful act in Israel. Behold, all your sons of Israel, give your advice and counsel here. Then all the people arose as one man, saying, not one of us will go to his tent, nor any will of us return to his house. By now this is the thing which we will do to keep Gibeah. We will go up against it by a lot. And we will take 10 men out of the 100 throughout the tribes of Israel, and 100 out of the 1,000, and the 1,000 out of the 10,000, to supply food for the people, that when they come to Gibeah of Benjamin, they may punish them all for the disgraceful acts that they have committed in Israel. Thus all the men of Israel gathered against the city, united as one man. Then the tribes of Israel sent men through the entire tribe of Benjamin, saying, what is this wickedness that has taken place among you? Benjamin's tribe's in trouble. Now then, deliver up the men, the worthless fellows in Gibeah, that we may put them to death and remove this wickedness from Israel. But the sons of Benjamin would not listen to the voice of their brothers, the sons of Israel. The sons of Benjamin gathered from the cities of Gibeah to go out to battle against the sons of Israel. From the cities on that day, the sons of Benjamin were numbered 26,000 men who draw the sword, besides the inhabitants of Gibeah, who were numbered 700 choice men. Out of all those people, 700 choice men were left-handed. Each one could sling a stone at a hair and not miss.
I'm left-handed.
Could you sling a stone at a hair and not miss?
Probably. I haven't tried, but I'm going to try it tonight.
700
Hair or
lefties.
a rabbit?
It says hair. And actually it's
H-A-I-R.
spelled H-A-I-R.
Yep. Sorry.
So I don't know if that means hair of the head.
Mine says a hair's breadth.
Oh.
Breadth. Bread
width.
with a TH. How you say that? That's hard to say.
Yeah.
Bread with a TH.
Yeah. Bread.
Bread.
Breadth.
Bread.
Like I got a lip on
Breadth.
Are you allergic to something?
700 left-handed men in one area, that's kind of an oddity. And normally it's like
That's all there is in America.
one
right
out
now.
of like 50, yeah. Most of them play baseball.
Bread.
Breadth. Then the men of Israel, besides Benjamin, were numbered 400,000 men who drew the sword. All these were men of war, so they have actual
trouble.
soldiers. Now the sons of Israel arose and went up to Bethel and inquired of God and said, who shall go up first for us to battle against the sons of Benjamin? Then the Lord said, Judah shall go up first. So the sons of Israel arose in the morning and camped against Gibeah. The men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin, and the men of Israel arrayed for the battle against them. What? Jason?
What verse are we
I
on?
don't know. Gibeah.
Holy Spirit.
I'm still
You're
going.
already started 21.
21, okay.
The men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin, and the men of Israel arrayed for the battle against them at Gibeah. Then the sons of Benjamin came out of Gibeah and fell to the ground on that day, 22,000 men of Israel. But the people, the men of Israel, encouraged themselves and arrayed for battle against the place they had arrayed themselves the first day. The sons of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until evening, and inquired for the Lord, saying, shall we again draw near for battle against the sons of my brother Benjamin? And the Lord said, go up against him. Then the sons of Israel came against the sons of Benjamin the second day. Benjamin went out against them from the Gibeah on the second day and fell to the ground against, again, 18,000 men of the sons of Israel. These drew the sword. Then the sons of Israel said, all the people went up and came to Bethel and wept, for thus they remained there before the Lord and fasted that day until evening. And they all offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. The sons of Israel inquired to the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. Oh, it's the first we've heard of that in a while. Where are we at? In Gibeah? Or in, we're in Bethel? The sons of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. I can't.
Phineas.
Is it?
That's what I would say.
That's what I'm saying.
Phineas, the son of Ferb, the son of Eleazar, Aaron's son, stood before it to minister in those days, saying,
We have a shovel handy.
It's Phineas and Ferb from Nickelodeon or whatever it was.
Shall I yet again go out to battle against the sons of my brother Benjamin, or shall I cease? And the Lord said, Go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into your hand. So Israel sent men in ambush around Gibeah. The sons of Israel went up against the sons of Benjamin on the third day, and arrayed themselves against Gibeah as at the other times. The sons of Benjamin went out against the people and were drawn away from the city, and they began to strike and kill some of the people, as at the other times on the highways, one of which goes to Bethel and the other to Gibeah, and the other in the field, about 30 men of Israel. The sons of Benjamin, they were struck down before us, as at the first, but the sons of Israel said, Let us flee, that we may draw them away from the city to the highways. Then all the men of Israel rose from their place and arrayed themselves at Baal Tamar, and the men of Israel in ambush broke out in their place, even at Gibeah.
Wow.
Plain of Gibeah.
Mary Gibeah. Then 10,000 choice men from all Israel came against Gibeah, and the battle became fierce. But Benjamin did not know that disaster was close to them. And the Lord struck Benjamin before Israel, so that the sons of Israel destroyed 25,100 men of Benjamin that day, all that drew the sword. So the sons of Benjamin saw that they were defeated when the men of Israel had gave ground to Benjamin, because they relied on the men in their ambush, whom they had set against Gibeah. And in the ambush, hurried rushed against Gibeah. The men in the ambush also deployed and struck all the city at the edge of the sword. Now the appointed sign between the men of Israel and the men in the ambush was that they would make a great cloud of smoke rise from the city. Then the men of Israel turned in the battle, and Benjamin began to strike and kill about 30 men of Israel, for they had said, Surely they are defeated before us, as in the first battle. But when the cloud began to rise, the city in a column of smoke, Benjamin looked behind them, and behold, the whole city was going up in smoke to heaven. The men of Israel turned, and the men of Benjamin were terrified, for the disaster was close to them. Therefore they turned their backs before the men of Israel towards the direction of the wilderness, but the battle overtook them, while those who came out of the cities destroyed them in the midst of them. They surrounded Benjamin, pursued them without rest, and trod them down opposite Gibeah towards the east. Thus 18,000 men of Benjamin fell. All those were valiant warriors. The rest turned and fled toward the wilderness to the rock of Rimmon, but they caught 5,000 of them on the highways and overtook them at Gittim and killed 2,000 of them. So all of Benjamin who fell that day were 25,000 who drew the sword, and all those were valiant warriors. But 600 men turned and fled toward the wilderness to the rock of Rimmon, and they all remained at the rock for 4 months. The men of Israel then turned back against the sons of Benjamin and struck them with the edge of the sword, both the city with the cattle and all that they found. They also set fire all the cities for which they found. Wow. So they initially went out 2-3 times to fight him, and I think Benjamin's fighters were supposed to be some of the fiercest that they had, if I remember early reading. They couldn't defeat him, and then finally God said, I got you. Then he wiped them out. I think they only had 25,000 or 42,000 men to begin with. Yeah, compared to 400,000. Violent times.
Right. 21?
So,
Or is there...
why did, I'm going back to him dicing her up into 12 pieces. What was the point of that?
It was making a point.
It was like sending a message to each corner of the world saying we need to talk.
Each tribe. There's 12 tribes.
But wasn't Benjamin one? Oh, Benjamin's the ones that did it.
So there was 2, that dig his piece of land who was Joseph's children. Okay, when they divided it up, and they got 2 before going across the river going to the promised land. But all 12 tribes, represented by their elders, were presented a piece of this woman that they chopped up to make a point to say, this is why we're going against the Benjamites, because it was Benjamin's.
That's horrible.
Ben's fault.
Made an example.
Right.
Micah was the original problem because of his idolatry and everything else. And the one thing that you kind of have to go back to Exodus 14, of where God told them when they go into the promised land, do not make agreements with those people. Don't enter into an agreement with those people. But Joshua messed up, made an agreement because they were afraid that their daughters would marry into these other the ites that they encountered. And one of them, they had all these fights and every wars and stuff, and they were all being, totally killed off. There was one, I think it's the Amorites, that decided to take some camels, put some old, sick-looking bread, make their clothes were all torn and tattered and everything else, to try to convince them that they were from a far-off land, and came in to Joshua to make an agreement. Joshua did not seek the Lord as to what to do. The elders said, oh sure, how far have you traveled? Well, then after they made those agreements, within what appeared to be minutes or hours, they found out they were just over the last sand dune over here, just waiting. Because once Israel made the agreement, they had to honor the agreement. And that's why God told Joshua, and all throughout, do not make agreements. Because then they will come in and they will destroy them. And worshiping their gods and having to do all these things, which that's an example of what occurred.
Take us home, Beth.
Okay. Chapter 21, Mourning Lost Tribe. Now the men of Israel had sworn in Mizpah, saying, none of us shall give his daughter to Benjamin in marriage. So the people came to Bethel and sat there before God until evening, and lifted up their voices and wept bitterly. They said, why, O Lord, God of Israel, has this come about in Israel, so that one tribe should be missing today in Israel? It came about the third day. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm making stuff up. It came about the next day that the people arose early and built an altar there and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. Then the sons of Israel said, who was there among all the tribes of Israel who did not come up in the assembly of the Lord? For they had taken a great oath concerning him who did not come up to the Lord at Mizpah, saying, he shall surely be put to death. And the sons of Israel were sorry for their brother Benjamin, and said, one tribe is cut off from Israel today. What shall we do for the wives, for those who are left, since we have sworn by the Lord not to give them any of our daughters in marriage? And they said, what one is there of the tribes of Israel who did not come up to the Lord at Mizpah? And behold, no one had come up to the camp before Jabesh Gilead to the assembly. For when the people were numbered, behold, not one of the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead was there. And the congregation sent 12,000 of the valiant warriors there, and commanded them, saying, go and strike the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead with the edge of the sword, with the women and the little ones. This is the thing that you shall do. You shall utterly destroy every man and every woman who has lain with a man. And they found among the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead 400 young virgins who had not known a man by lying with him. And they brought them to the camp at Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan. Then the whole congregation sent word and spoke to the sons of Benjamin who were at the rock of Rimmon, and proclaimed peace to them. Benjamin returned at that time, and they gave them the women whom they had kept alive from the women of Jabesh Gilead. Yet they were not enough for them. And the people were sorry for Benjamin, because the Lord had made a breach in the tribes of Israel. Then the elders of the congregation said, "What shall we do for wives for those who are left, since the women are destroyed out of Benjamin?" They said, "There must be an inheritance for the survivors of Benjamin, so that a tribe will not be blotted out from Israel. But we cannot give them wives of our daughters, for the sons of Israel had sworn, saying, 'Cursed is he who gives a wife to Benjamin.' So they said, 'Behold, there is a feast of the Lord from year to year in Shiloh, which is on the north side of Bethel, on the east side of the highway that goes up from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south side of Lebanoah.' And they commanded the sons of Benjamin, saying, 'Go and lie in wait in the vineyards, and watch. And behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to take part in the dances, then you shall come out of the vineyards, and each of you shall catch his wife from the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin.
So they're just going to lay in wait on him and kidnap him and drag him off.
It shall come about when their fathers or their brothers come to complain to us, that they shall say to them, Give them to us voluntarily, because we did not take for each man of Benjamin a wife in battle, nor did you give them to them, else you would now be guilty.' The sons of Benjamin did so, and took wives according to their number from those who danced, whom they carried away. And they went and returned to their inheritance, and rebuilt the cities, and lived in them. The sons of Israel departed from there at that time, every man to his tribe and family, and each one of them went out from there to his inheritance. In those days there was no king in Israel. Everyone did what was right in his own eyes.
No law and will.
No law.
There was no authority. There was no, it appeared as though there was no God in Israel. Because all that had happened up to this point, okay, Joshua died, and then suddenly people were just doing whatever they wanted to do. Yeah. God forgot.
So they found a loophole. If you go up and capture them, then we can't say, hey, you guys didn't give them to us.
So
Next week, Ruth, on to 1 Samuel.
Yep.
Luke, we're flying.
We are. We're going to get there. We're going to get there, guys.
like losing right Bambino.
The Great Bambino.
The Great Bambino next week.
Mike, would you like to close us?
Sir. Most precious Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord God, for this opportunity once again to get into your word and listen for your word to open our hearts and our minds as to what was and where we're headed and what you have us to do, to say, to open our eyes that we will be able to see, open our ears that we will be able to hear what it is that your Spirit is speaking to your children. Father, we lift up Scott to you, that you would touch him, Lord God, that he would be made whole, be made well, and to all those that are experiencing sickness. Father, I just thank you for this group that surrounds me. It's truly wonderful that we can come together and delve into your word. So, Father, watch over us, guide us, keep us safe, Lord God. Watch over our families and our children, Lord God. And we just thank you so much for this opportunity. Have your way in our lives, touch our hearts, change lives where change is needed. And we give you honor, praise, and glory in all things. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Great show. Good job.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
Please stay warm tonight. It is going to be brutally cold tomorrow morning. The school is staying home again. The rest of us have to go to work and brave the elements. Walk uphill both ways. Yeah, I'm going to try to make it in. Walk both ways. Love you guys. Thank you for your support as always.
Thank you all for being here.
I know I haven't had a show in a while, but
You haven't.
they're coming. I've got them lined up. Believe me, I had to bump a couple this week. Next week starts busy time. So love you guys, and we'll see you later in the week. Have a good night. You as well. Praying for you, Peg and Scott. Thanks, Donna. Thanks,
See you
Janella.
later, Peggy.